Hey guys, Tarenzil here. Welcome back. Um, so remember the lawsuit against Stability AI a few months back in the news? Well, we finally have an update on that, and over here we have Miss Carla Ortiz. She's a concept artist working for Marvel, and she's going to say a lot of pretty obvious things for us artists and how AI is basically exploiting artists and breaching copyright. It's interesting that she works for Marvel because Disney has recently used an AI generated intro for their new show on Disney Plus. But anyway, let's just listen to what she has to say.
When first researching AI horrified me. I found that almost the entirety of my work, the work of almost every artist I know, and the work of hundreds of thousands of artists had been taken without our consent, credit, or compensation. These works were stolen and used to train for-profit technologies with datasets that contain billions of image and text data pairs. Through my research, I learned many AI companies gather copyrighted training data by relying on a practice called data laundering. This is where a company outsources data collection to a third party under the pretext of research to then immediately use commercially. I found these companies use vague terms like publicly available data or openly licensed content to disguise their extensive reliance on copyrighted works. No matter what they're saying, these models are illegally trained on copyrighted works.
Yeah, so this is one of the big issues that we are facing. A lot of companies, for example, like DeviantArt, very famously said that all of these are just publicly available information and we're just downloading it. After all, they're just data points, guys. They're just data points. They don't really matter. Your hard work doesn't matter. That's not that's not a human effort. That's just data research. Someone already took it, so we might as well use it. That sort of thing. It's a very blatant, nonsensical excuse. I mean, if I were to collect a whole bunch of copyrighted CDs, is that really and call it research? Is that really research, or are we just stealing? I mean, it is stealing. Um, let's jump ahead because there's another important point that she makes somewhere around here. Let's play.
As fast as possible to create mesmerizing tales of progress and to normalize the exploitation of artists as quickly as possible. They hope when we catch our breath, it'll be too late to right the wrongs, and exploiting Americans will become an accepted way of doing things. But that game can't succeed, as we are.
So this is what AI companies are trying to do, as she's mentioned. A lot of these companies, like Stability AI and even DeviantArt, they're really doing their best or their hardest to try and push these things through as quickly as possible. And the reason they're trying to do this is because they want to do it before the law catches up. So we really have to come together, guys, and really um, voice our opinions on this because we can't let these companies just come out and push these technologies through without the consent of artists. Um, let's continue.
Are here now, giving this the urgency it so desperately deserves. Congress should act to ensure what we call the three C's and a T: consent, credit, compensation, and transparency. The work of artists like myself were taken without our consent, credit, nor compensation, and then used to compete with us directly in our own markets. An outrageous act that under any other context would immediately be seen as unfair, immoral, and illegal. Senators, there is a fundamental fairness issue here. I'm asking Congress to address this by enacting laws that require these companies to obtain consent, give credit, pay compensation, and be transparent. Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, I 100% agree with that. She's absolutely right that a lot of these we need to we as artists we need to be able to get consent and transparency and be compensated for our hard work because like like I said, art is not free. They're not just data points, and anytime someone tells you that just random data or whatever and there's nothing behind it is really just lying to themselves, or they're just willfully ignorant, or just trying to come up with some complete nonsensical excuse in order to exploit artists. Um, Now, there's another great point. I want to jump ahead over here, and it's very interesting because this part actually comes from a guy who works for Warner Music Group, of all people. That's right. So, if you're on YouTube for a very long time, you'll know that Warner Music Group is very well known for taking down everything, and they've been very strong in copyright. So it's pretty funny to see that, of all people, Warner Music Group has a person to represent and fight against AI. So it's nice. So let's just listen to what he has to say.
Must be respected. If I leave you with one message today, it is this: AI in the service of artists and creativity can be a very, very good thing. But AI that uses, or worse yet, appropriates the work of these artists and creators and their creative expression, their name, their image, their likeness, their voice, without authorization, without consent, simply is not a good thing. The second point I want to make is that generative AI raises challenging issues in the copyright space. I think you've heard from the other panelists, and they all would agree. We are the stewards at Universal of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of copyrighted creative works from our songwriters and artists, and they've entrusted us to honor, value, and protect them. Today, they are being used to train generative AI systems without authorization. This irresponsible AI is violative of copyright law and completely unnecessary. There is a robust digital marketplace today in which thousands of responsible companies properly obtain.
Yeah. So it's extra funny that we have a guy from Universal, and never would I have thought that in my life that Universal Music Group, was it? I think it's Warner. No, it's Universal Music Group would be the one to actually come out and defend us. And I have said before that music companies would really not want AI to come and essentially exploit them, because music companies are very, very protective of their work. They will take down anything that even has a 5-second clip of their music. And we all know, if you've ever uploaded anything on YouTube with music, just how relentless they are in just taking it down. So in a weird way, I'm kind of conflicted, but I really do hope that the music companies really come together and just take this down. And also, I'll leave a link in the description for the video, but there is also something else here. There's a petition that you can sign in order to show your support against this AI nonsense. And so I'll also link this in the description. So anyway, tell me your thoughts, guys. And if you do like this video, please do leave a comment, share, subscribe, all of that. And don't forget to sign the petition as well. And that would help everyone. Thanks, guys. Bye.